welcome to another Tuesday night. It is round 25 this week. We have 3 games to go. We have about 4 podcast episodes to go. It's been a massive year. Tuesday night, Talking Parra Leagues live show. Thanks to our sponsors, first of all. Time for a chat. ZMS Trophies, Bay Vista, Eurowork, Tate Sports Cards, Non-Stop Landscapes, Wink Media, Xvisory, Spot On Hose and Fittings, Tony Mustafa Mortgage Choice, JD Buyers Agents, Riverside Brewing Co. and BMA Trucking, and of course, Parra Leagues. Like I said, it's another Tuesday night. We'll bring everyone else in pretty soon. Don't forget to share away. I know lots of you already be doing it straight away. So share the podcast away. We'll be giving away a $50 voucher at the end. Once again, 30 seconds to claim. If you don't claim it in 30 seconds, it will jackpot to next week. Obviously, another disappointing loss there on Saturday night. We'll bring all the boys in to discuss that right now. Let's say hello to them. First of all, welcome, Jack. How are you travelling?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. It's impossible for me to watch Parramatta at the pub and us win. I should know that, but I thought I'd give it a crack. I thought reserve grade bunnies were in for a shout, but look at us go playing to the level of our opposition and still not finding a way to win.
Yeah. Couldn't put that name in myself. Longy, how are you travelling?
Mate, that was one of the worst games to watch because the good thing is we were better than them. But the bad news is we just like the moment we get to a bit of form, the arrogance creeps in and we just stop doing those 1%ers that we were doing against the Broncos and we were doing against the Storm. So, look, I'm sure the boys are bounced back, but that was a frustrating watch.
Fucking Jason, you're into it already, mate. You've already had one dig at referee and I haven't even come to you. You've had a dig in the comments. You can't help yourself. Really. Like, hello, my name is Jason and I have a referee problem. Is that how you're going to start?
You know that Blink-182 song? What's my name again? What's my name again? I want to be, what's offside again? What's offside again? Does I don't know the fucking offside rule?
Now, asking how you are before we get into your whinging about stuff. So, how you going, Whinger?
Me? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm actually pretty good overall. I just can't stand. I just can't stand when you make 9 fucking line breaks and only score 3 tries, and nobody follows up Jack Williams when he makes clean line breaks all the time. Boys, what are you doing? Hold the ball. 70% completion. I'm sure Longy's going to talk about it. What's going on, boys?
Again, how are you going, Jason?
First and under 20 side.
Wow.
Yep.
Besides that, I'm great. Work's good. Life's good. Thanks very much.
Troy, how are you doing, mate?
Well, not talking about the game, but I'm going okay. Obviously disappointed, but shout out to Brendan. I met him after the game. No, mate, you weren't annoying. I had a great chat with him after the game, and it was great to see some listeners and viewers after the game and at the game as well. So, yeah, look, I'm going all right.
You're lucky, Brendan. You're semi-drunk, and that's the language that Troy speaks perfectly. So, hey, mate, how are you?
Yeah, mate, I was going good, but just coming back on here and having to talk about Saturday night is just making me feel like shit. So let's see how it goes, eh?
Yeah, you're looking pretty fancy. You got the polo on stuff, mate. Like, is it business up
top?
Your
hair tonight, or
business up top, party on the bottom, or what's going on?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't expect that comment.
Yeah, made them all nervous now.
Pink milks. Maybe I haven't had pink milk. I got Coke and water tonight.
Coke and water. Yeah. Coke and ice is the Andrew Johns meal. Let's address the elephant in the room first of all, Hayden, because there's already been a pink milk comment come in. Now, it was a pretty disappointing game, as we said on Saturday night, but I thought it'd be nice. So I was sitting with the plebs on Saturday night. Jason was off in one of his lounges, well, of course, and by that I mean I was sitting with Troy and Hayden. And
Thanks,
I decided to be nice at halftime. I was having sausage. There was no sausage rolls with relish at all, so it was quite hard. So I went off to the what they called the sweet shop there at Allianz, and I bought about 8 ice creams and handed them out to people around me. Now, I got Hayden one, right, and I got him a strawberry ice cream. Now, Hayden, why don't you like strawberry ice cream, but you like strawberry milk?
I'm not too sure, but I can make it even weirder for you. I actually don't like, caramel chocolate or caramel milkshake, that sort of thing, but I like caramel donuts. So it's sort of a similar thing there for you. But yeah, with the strawberries, I don't like the food. I like strawberries and creams. I don't like strawberry ice cream. I like a strawberry milkshake. I don't like a strawberry thick shake. So yeah, there's a few options there that work and don't work for me. But I do appreciate the gesture, and I really enjoyed my dry waffle on Saturday night.
So
There you
you're
go,
just a
guys.
weirdo then, Hayden. Weirdo.
Yeah. I was about to say, just quite clear he doesn't like it thick, but yep. All right, let's move on. Let's get to the game. Obviously, it was a disappointing game. 20 points, 216 South Sydney. As someone said, well, and obviously Jason says, well, South Sydney reserve grade coming away with the win there. Yeah, look, I'm pretty sorry. I just got a message. I'm trying not to acknowledge.
We heard
Jason Riles. Jason Riles watching the show again.
He said he's tuned in, guys. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what that was. Anyway, yeah, long story short, fuck, that threw me off. I've never had that happen before. I've never had a message come up on it. Everyone's going to be sending me messages now trying to fucking distract me. I realize how easily distracted I am. But the game, it's just disappointing. It's just, I think it was one of those, probably the first time this year I've gone into a game, besides when we played Newcastle there in the year, of course, but the first time I've really gone into a game being confident that we were going to win. And I thought to myself, it was a case of by how many. And even when we struggled at the start, we didn't take our opportunities. We got it out to that 12 points to whatever it was. Was it 14-2 or something, or 12-2 or something? Yeah, thanks, Jez. Jez just sent me a message as well. Oh, no, I'm getting messages
Not
left, right.
disturb it, my guy.
He's like a 60-year-old co-worker. Turn it on silent, mate.
I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how. It's my Mac. I don't know how to do my Mac. It's focus.
What do you mean? Go top right corner with the dots, and then you put "Do Not Disturb."
This is
Done.
riveting TV, lads. Riveting.
I've done it. Anyway, when we skipped ahead and scored those 2 tries, I thought, look, we're really going to go on this. We're playing well. But for me, the concerning thing is our attack just looks so fucking boring and so predictable. We have no set plays. Crossfield to Lomax. Crossfield to Lomax was all that was on, except for the times when we actually could have gone crossfield to Lomax when it was on. We didn't do it. Our backline was non-existent. Now, I'm not bagging our individuals here, but I think as a coaching staff, we need to work out ways to just not rely on Mitchell Moses on the line. Because Mitchell Moses' mentality with an inexperienced half was to just run the ball. Mitchell Moses ran the ball 16 times on the weekend. Mitchell Moses hasn't ran the ball 16 times this year, yet he ran it 16 times on the weekend. And that just shows that our attack just wasn't quite there. And I know it's going to take time, and when everyone gets frustrated, I think we have the foundations there to make it work. But I want us to be that team that has those set plays, has those trick plays. There were so many opportunities where we could have done something special because we had so much fucking ball. It was just, I don't know, it was just boring. Am I right, Longy?
Yeah, no, it was a frustrating one. I mean, we had a lot of opportunities. I'll go through it in the stats, but we did create more than the opposition. But in the red zone, like you're talking about, that was where we really struggled. So I don't know. You look at it and you go, all right, sort of a new combination again in the spine. Maybe that's part of what was at play. I think individually players looked explosive at times, but for me, the big issue was for the first 20 minutes, we were running over them. Every single time we got the ball, every single run, we were dragging them 5 meters. And then we just stopped running straight and hard. And we started sort of playing a bit cute. And we just never picked that up again. And physically, we should have dominated because, like you said, it was the reserve grade South Sydney forward pack. And we just sort of dropped that physicality. And if we kept that going, we win that game 60-0. But we just stopped doing what was working. And I think we thought we could coast to an easy win. So, yeah, really frustrating one.
Yeah, I think when Luca went off as well, Luca played 25 minutes. He tore his calf in that first minute. He got fucking pumped off that kickoff. And that's where he tore his calf and he played on for 25 minutes. So I think when he went off, you're right, we lost a lot of that go forward. We didn't have that. I guess obviously Matt Dury coming off the bench as well. He's pretty much a straightforward runner, but it was predictable. It was just predictable. There was no supporting plays there. And when Jack Williams made those breaks, as you said, there was support there, but we just don't know how to find support. Riley ran away from the support. Jack Williams ran away from Joash. Both times Iongi went through, he could have looped the ball to Lomax. He could have looped the ball to Fox, or Dylan Brown could have looped the ball to Fox. It's like a team that doesn't seem to know where each other's going to be. I know there's been a focus on defense after taking a couple of 50-point hidings at the start of the year, and our defense has improved, obviously. It's massively improved. There's been a few lapses here and there, but to turn around, you can defend all you want. I know this might seem stupid, but the aim of the game is to score more points, and we just don't look like scoring those points. We don't look like scoring in our good ball. We look like making a break and scoring. True?
Yeah, look, as you and the others have said it was disappointing, and Long, you'll go through it shortly, but I think we pretty much won every single stat that was on offer. But the final result, it was disappointing to get out to an 8-point buffer and then let South back into the game. Two shining lights was, I guess, the flick pass from Kilmer to Isaiah for his try, and also scoring a try off a scrum play. I don't think I can't remember the last time we've seen that from Parramatta. Usually it's the other way around when we play South Sydney. But look, yeah, obviously disappointing. We should have won that game. I felt that we gave Fox no chances. Every time he got the ball, he was taken into touch by Tyrone Munro. He had no space. And, yeah, we should have won that game, and disappointing.
I'm going to stop. We're just going to say this now because it's people bagging out in the comments straight away, and it's just throwing someone under a bus straight away. It's got nothing to do with the closeness to Joash Papali. Joash has played one game with Mitchell Moses in the halves on the weekend. He's played 3 games at 5'8" now. That's his first game with Mitchell Moses. They've had very little time on the training paddock practicing at halves combination. Obviously throwing Iongi in on the weekend as well for that first time. It's going to take a lot of time. As a couple of people said, they're playing too sideways at the moment. It's pretty obvious. They're playing way too sideways, but we're also not screaming of forward options to give the ball to as well at the moment. It's going to take time, and if you don't realise that, you obviously haven't been around football long, because there's a massive difference between playing fullback and 5'8". Yep, any 5'8" or any fullback can transition to each other to be a controlling 5'8", which Dylan Brown, how long has he been playing for now? 7 years. He's still not a controlling 5'8". He still has to get off the back of Mitchell Moses. We see what happens to Dylan when he doesn't play with Mitchell. He goes to shit. So this bagging out young players, it's going to take time. There's a quick fix, go off and sign someone there. There could be some good young kids coming through. There'll be a shootout for that next year, but I don't think we're going to be in any better position if we do that. Like everyone talking about Sandor Smith, first of all, he's signed a deal with the Knights, will be announced tomorrow. But literally, he's had one good fucking year. Like, sorry, I didn't even take it back. Didn't he get dropped halfway through the year as well when they brought other players back?
He was man of the match in the Anzac game. Man of the match, and then a couple of weeks later, he was dropped.
There you go. So, it's a classic signing for the Knights. Just another half that proved they could be good, and he'll go up there. But back to our game. Jason, thoughts?
Yeah, look, I don't know if I get stuck in now, but the voodoo of the bunnies for us. We just never seem to be able to beat them for some reason. It just doesn't matter what team we have. I think the last time we beat them was 2021 or something like that. It was
23.
It was 23. We beat them. Well, there you go. Still 2 years ago. I mean, it's just some sort of voodoo we have that they just always beat us. And if it's not Latrell or Walker or someone having a blinder, it's just like someone like Jai Gray who just put in heaps of effort. Like they literally, Rolf said it perfectly. They literally just out-enthused us. That's all it was. Like we found out our first set that we could absolutely demoralize them, and then we just gave up and said, "Oh, this is going to be too easy." Instead of putting in the hard yards, how many set restarts did they get because we kicked it too deep? Just stupidity, absolute stupidity. 70% completion, dropping the ball left, right, and center. Apparently only Parramatta are the team that rolls a tunnel ball all the time. Apparently, we're the only ones that do it. But anyway, it's just absolute stupidity. So,
hang on. People are pissing me off, and when people piss me off, I haven't been able to do this for a while. We're gonna fucking give it back to them. Anyone who thinks that Dean Hawkins is a better option at 5'8" than any of these young players coming through has clearly got no idea. He's an out-and-out 7. The reason that you think Dean Hawkins is better is because Dean Hawkins has been a complete fucking passenger and hasn't tried it all while playing at 5'8". Yes, he was great at halfback. He was fantastic at halfback when Mitch wasn't there. When he's played with Mitch, he has done nothing. Anyone could have gone out and done that role. The reason you're noticing that these players have played with him, let's say Joash on the weekend or whoever else gets a chance to play this year, is because they're trying their ass off and they're making their mistakes. They're making their mistakes because they're getting there and trying to do stuff. They're not playing the safe game for position they're not guaranteed to play. Continue, Jason.
Yeah, look, it's actually one of the first games where I can say, despite probably 3 horrible calls from Sutton, we lost that game. We did everything we could to lose that game. It was just ridiculous. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Look, the tunnel ball, as I said, I don't know if we're going to get stuck in now, but the tunnel ball is is basically only Parramatta do tunnel balls now. So I haven't seen one since the last time Josh Adokar got penalised for it. So that just seems to be only Parramatta do that, and it only happens within our half, so the other team can get an attacking advantage. I guess that's the new rule. That's the new NRL rule. And second of all, I don't know if Sutton has a problem, but he doesn't have depth perception, and he's 10 meters and offside is just completely wrong. There was one off a kick, which was clearly offside. Clearly offside. It was so blatant. It was ridiculous. I even had South supporters laughing. And the try-saving tackle on Ayongi, every single Rabbitohs player was offside. It was just like, what are you doing, Sutton? Like, that's one of the most important situations that you have to get these guys on side, and they just weren't. And okay, we could have scored, blah blah blah. But why isn't he calling that offside? It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So look, yes, we lost that game, but the refs, he wasn't. I got to admit, it wasn't that bad, but still making some horrible calls. And I think all of them in the off season need to get retrained because they don't know what the hell is going on.
It wasn't that bad. I just felt whinging for the sake of whinging.
There needs to be an investigation.
I can get around you sometimes. I can't get around it this week because I could probably go through that game. It was a reserve grade standard game. Like, I could probably go through and find 10 things the same for South Sydney if I wanted to. Quite simply, we weren't good enough, and this man's about to tell me why, Hayden.
We were just awful. And look, I'm actually going to add to your point, Adam, because, look, I'm not here to make enemies, but the people are being way too harsh towards young players right now. And as you highlighted, obviously Mitch and Joash have only had that one game. Now, we got what we all wanted for a lot of people, asking for Dylan Brown to be dropped and young blokes given a go. And now that young blokes are given a go, they're just getting bagged out repetitively. Anyone that goes in that jersey, at the start it was Dean Hawkins when he was playing. Now it's obviously Joash in that spot. And we need to get behind him. Look, our season's over. We're not going to play finals. That's the reality of it. We weren't going to about 3 weeks ago. But the bagging out of young players when it's actually what people were calling for and getting their wish. What do we want? To just try a different 6 young bloke each week until it works? No, that's not how the game works. As for the actual team itself on Saturday night, really, really underwhelming. Didn't even come out in that second half. Couldn't hold the ball. Completion rate at a low point. We're not getting the man of the match yet. Trying to do a speedy review while talking, but look, that's about what I can say right now.
Yeah, Jack. How do you think Dylan Brown went?
Well, I actually thought he played all right. I thought he ran better. He looked a bit more comfortable in his running game. Defended well. That left side was just a shit show on attack all night. We're holding the ball up way too late. Running sideways, the amount of times Fox got tackled out because he was catching the ball a centimetre before the sideline was just ridiculous. Moses attacked like he didn't trust his 6 at all. I think I saw 4 or 5 times he decided to run on 4th, which just doesn't make sense when he's the only one with a good kicking game in our team. The fact that Cody Walker, who's about 45 years old and has half a hamstring, came on and just made our edge defense look woeful. We were running away from him at points, letting that. I think Charles Duncan got 2 tries in that second half just by following along. We played like we assumed that us rocking up would give us the game, and when things got tough, we didn't know how to react.
Yeah, well said. We actually made Tallis Duncan look like fucking Gordon Tallis, to be honest. That's how good it looked like he played.
Tallis Duncan like Jesus. Oh my goodness.
That was hilarious when I said to Adam, "Who is your talking Parra man of the match?" and he replied with Tallis Duncan.
Well, then I watched the game back, and Jai Gray was also fucking incredible when you watch it. So 2 young players completely outclassed us. Let's get on to our man of the match. That was perfect, Hayden. You did that so well. I went Jack Williams. I think most of us went Jack Williams. Sorry, Jez pushed the button. Sorry. Jack Williams, 12 runs, 149 run meters, 4 tackle breaks, 1 line break assist, and 32 tackles. Fucking awesome effort by Jack. He went to the lead. We'll get to that soon. Well, actually, I'll bring it up now, Jez. Trust me here. He actually went to their lead in our fan player of the year. Oh, no, he didn't, because he fucking... He got all 3 points, all right? Fuck. He got all 3 points. He's coming second. Ayongi got 2 points and he's coming, first, obviously. But it's fucking close there. And Lomax as well. But wait and see what happens in that situation. But your thoughts on the man of the match there, Longy?
Yeah, it was good to see him combine with Joash. So nice little ball from Joash, put him away. We just need to run support, right? But the positive sign there is that combination is coming together. And for a few weeks now, I've been thinking we should be putting Jack Williams next to Moses to get the most out of him. But now seeing that sort of come together, I'm thinking maybe him and Joash is a combination for the future. So yeah, he was good. I actually voted for no one to get man of the match though. I was that disappointed after the game. And I'm gonna, even though Jack Williams was good, I'm gonna stand by that and have my strike and give no one man of the match.
Fair. Yeah. Sorry, we're even getting Adam Martin coaching rumors in the fucking comments now. This is unfiltered tonight. Your thoughts on the man of the match? Hey, Don.
I gave it to Kelma Taulagi. I thought that flick pass was absolutely brilliant. I thought his defense was really good. And he's a player who's struggled a little bit in ill discipline and, gotten suspensions and things this year for silly things. And in a game like that, he just seemed to be controlled and kept his cool. So I thought he was one of the highlights of the side. So, yeah, Kelma for mine.
Yep, for sure. Jack?
I thought Jack Williams killed it. He was hitting those nice holes. His defense is always pretty good. If people could follow him when he made a break, that would be nice. But yeah, aside from that, he looked really good on that edge. I do like the idea of having an all-out effort player next to Joash. Just make Joash's life a little bit easier. I don't hate the idea of also going on Strongy because that was rough, but we'll go with Jack.
I don't know what happened here. Then you went all quiet and loud and quiet and
I think
loud.
he went underwater.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. Anyway, he's trying to get some professionalism tonight. Look, Michael Martin, don't start talking sense, all right? People don't want to hear sense, all right? This is not the podcast for sense. Anyway, Jason, your thoughts on Man of the Match?
It's the podcast for dollars, but it's
dollars. What?
dollar bill. It's not cents. It's dollars. It's good to see. It's good to see, as Mr. Mika Martin said, that Joash was putting Jack Williams through some.
It's fucking terrible. We got to stop him talking. That was the worst dad joke I've ever heard in my life, and he's not even a father. Oh, we're going to give him 30 seconds to come back from that one. All right. Apologise to the courtroom. Thank you for your inappropriate humour there.
Go fuck yourself. Anyway, Jack, it's the point. Anyway, when someone says to you, "Hey, hi there, my name," what did it say? Your waiter says, "Hi, I'll be your waiter. Hi, I'll be your customer." Anyway,
what are you talking about?
Dad jokes, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm dad. Anyway, look. Jack Williams played well. Josh played well. Youngie played well, but we played shit overall. Moses had a shocker. Jack Williams, man of the match. Continue.
At this rate, I'm going to replace you with Andy Bowen from Hawksy Radio next week. All right? At this rate,
I'm feeling off. I didn't get my segment. I didn't get to lose it. Not enough F bombs.
Yeah, you didn't get your segment because we can't blame the referees when we played like fucking shit. All right. Referees are friends sometimes, all right? Have you ever heard that old saying? Like, even if the referee's making a shitload of bad calls when you're a player, you go on and he makes a good one, you let him know, oh, yeah, great call, ref. Like, that was a great call. You really nailed that one. Like, you got to be smart sometimes, Jason. You got to get them on your side. They're not smart humans. They're easy to manipulate. Troy?
Do your job.
I said to you straight after the game when we were walking out, Jack Williams, and you guys have all said it, just his consistent efforts each and every week since he's gone back to the back row. So, yep, Jack Williams for me.
Lovely. Let's go move on from that. Look, I'd never usually go to everyone for that, but I thought it was an important one this week. We'll go to the defender of the week, and I say he's copped some stink with attack, but 32 tackles, 100% success rate in the second game at 5'8". It's a pretty fucking awesome effort. So, 100% success rate, really backed his defense, and the attack will come in 80 minutes performance when there's a lot of missed tackles out there and a lot of poor performances. So good job there, Joash. Getting to the top performers this week, and the top performers, Isaiah Yongi. It's like he hadn't missed a beat, had he? Straight back into it, 25 runs, Lomax 235 run meters. As I touched on earlier, Mitchell Moses, 16 runs, a lot of runs, but a lot of unnecessary runs when things seem to just break down. He had no option but to run. Tries to double to Lomax, 1 to Ongi. Tackles, Jack Williams, 32. It was pretty even. Riley Smith had 25, not 45, by the way. Sorry about that. Even though he would be at the top, not the bottom. Actually, no, I think I forgot to delete that one from the week before. I don't think Riley did have 25 at all. So tackle break, Lomax 4. There you go. Who impressed you? Who do you reckon the hardest worker was on the field, Longy?
Oh, I mean, Iongi came back red hot in this game. Like 200 meters plus run, had a bunch of tackle breaks. In attack, he had a try assist. First ever game for him with multiple line breaks in first grade as well. So the involvement was great. I think we'd be waxing lyrical.
Was that a stat you just gave us?
It was.
Oh.
It was. I got to sneak a few.
Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your act, let's do some math. Math, 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 math.
All right, I couldn't help myself. We had to get into the stats. But Josh Papali'i, I do want to talk on this just briefly before we go through. So 3 games in the 5'8" spot. In 2 of the 3, he's made 30-plus tackles. In 2 of the 3, he's had 1 or less missed tackles. So for anyone who doesn't follow the stats, that's an insane defensive work rate. So teams are looking at him and they're going, you know what? Young, 20, 21-year-old, 5'8", rookie. We're going to run a bunch of traffic at him. We're going to run our big boys at him. So he's doing a lot of work in defense. And the attack is coming too. 65 meters run in that game. That was his season high at the half spot. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think we're seeing that sort of moving in the right direction. 3 games into his career at 5'8". He's doing well. I've got a few more positives before I start ripping in. So for the Eels in this game, we won, like Troy said, every stat basically. So we had more time possession. We had more run meters. We had about 1,800 compared to their 1,400. Post-contact meters, they had a lowly 450 to our 560. We had 9 line breaks to their 6. We had 31 tackle breaks to their 26. Our average set was 43 meters compared to 34 meters for them. And on top of that, they were missing, their starting halves. So we were winning the kicking game too. We were winning field position. We had a faster play the ball. We had 16 offloads to their 1. Everything was good. Yet we fucking lost the game. That's it's totally ridiculous that we lost that game. So yeah, a lot of things are right. We won a lot of the battles, but we just sort of stopped playing the smart kind of footy that got us on top early. So really frustrating one because we were so much better. And it's the kind of game that I'm hoping they go back and watch the film and they learn the lessons from it and we just don't see it again.
I'm hoping they learn some lessons, before Saturday night, because if we play like that on Saturday night, it's going to be fucking ugly. I don't think we will. I think, although we lost to South Sydney, although we lost to a reserve grade South Sydney, it was the lowest on the table, I think having that loss was probably a good thing for this week. If we'd been playing pretty good footy and continued to win last week, we go on this week, confident thinking we could probably beat the Roosters, and it could have been ugly like it was on Saturday night. So knowing we played like shit, I think there's a chance we could actually go all right. I'm not saying we're going to win, but I think we could go all right, but I'll get that for the bold predictions a bit later on. Look, moving on, I think that's pretty much it from Saturday night. No one's got anything to add, do they? Nothing exciting. Oh, actually, I've got something. I've got a fucking bone to pick.
Ooh.
I will follow you. I will follow you into the darkest alley. I will follow you. I went with you. I had your back. I thought, this is going to happen. I put $50 of my own money on this as well, Jack, thinking, you know what? He's fucking told me. This bloke, honestly, he could sell fucking snow and ice to Eskimos. This is how good he is. But you know what happened, Jack? It fucking sucked. All right?
Zip.
Alex Johnson, who always scores against us, you cursed him that much. He couldn't even score a try against us. Mate, you got Riley Smith in the clear. He was that far in the clear. He fucking shit himself and didn't know what to do. Okay? Seriously. He was thinking to himself, oh, shit. Not Jack's bet. So what do you got to say for yourself, mate?
Well, they all know that I'm a Dylan Brown fan. They all hate Dylan Brown, so they don't want to see me happy. So they sabotage my bet. When was the last time Johnson didn't score against us? Riley Smith was running circles around them, got to the try line and went, fuck that. Took a couple of steps back, took the tackle.
Goosey as well.
Mum Ellis went, you know what? I'm going to score instead. And Riley went, sure thing, mate. You go, Peter. So, in theory, mine was a lock, but the players sabotaged us.
One
Yeah,
out of
well,
3 ain't bad.
He's fucked. He's done. That's him done for the year. We've moved on.
I convinced 6 people to also put that bet on.
Give the king.
I have a
back
list
his
of
crown.
enemies at the moment.
Wait, the king went too, and then Jason's up this week, and we'll get to his bet later. He's just chucked another fucking 23 to 1 odds on. So these are all going big. Like we can't lose. Like we can't lose this year because Hayden pulled us out of the fire. But when I wanted to go big and just fucking put Kit Kat anytime or Kit Kat first or whatever I want to do, then Kit Kat scored the first try of the game. But no, I'll play it smart. I'll be sensible. And then you're a letdown, Jack. I'm sorry. You've disappointed me. I'll be over it by next time I see you. Okay.
It's so obvious. Should have just done Mama's. I was dunking for 2. Oh, you lived your life, mate. It's all about the journey, mate.
All right, let's move on. We're going to talk about the NRLW quickly as well. It's put up there as a whinge off, but that's not the one I want. Bye, Jason. Give everyone else a bit of a rest. Let's talk about NRLW quickly as well. I'll be honest, I was traveling to Sydney straight from my football game. So one was playing football, 2 was then when football got caught off into the game. I was traveling down and I missed most of the game. What I did see was we had some great moments defensively. I don't think we were ever expected to win this game. Obviously, going down 38 points to 4. There was a 10-minute period where we completely sucked and seemed to switch off and they ran through and killed us. There were some good efforts there. Look, injuries are really affecting us. Your thoughts on the game, Jack?
Yeah, look, we looked all right at the start, and then there's that 10-minute window, and then we got another shot, and I think Kennedy dropped it over the line, and then Brisbane went back up, scored again, and it was something like 22-0 just instantly. Pearson looked lost. She didn't really know what to do. The attack was just stalling. She'd get the ball, she'd do her unders, do that, kick, and then, Broncos just completely ran over top of us. We'll say our last try was very nice, crossfield kick. We got plucked out and scored, but Broncos, they got the momentum and we just couldn't get it back, and it was game set match after about 50 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. Pearson, just without a 5'8", I could have gone through and lost 2 5'8s now, but Fleur Gin returns this week to 5'8". She obviously played 5'8 when Casey got injured against St George and they got the job done. So she'll return this week. Troy, I know you missed it live, but you caught up on a little bit.
Yeah, I caught the replay. Look, most of the first half in that game, but as Jack mentioned, there was, I think, 6 minutes from half time, 3 tries in 6 minutes, which really gave the advantage to Brisbane. It was always going to be tough. They targeted Fleur and Rose Marie Beckett in the I think it was the left edge. I think it worked once, so they went again, and it worked again. Tamika Upton, she was everywhere and everywhere. So, yeah, it was always going to be tough. And luckily, Romy Teitzel didn't kick all 5 goals, so it would have been 48-4. So, look, they'll learn from that. Disappointing, move on to another hard challenge this week against the Roosters.
Yeah, for sure. Player of the match, I pretty much speaking on myself, was Kennedy Charrington. 86 run meters, 1 tackle break, but 30 tackles from 30. I'm big on defence efforts this week. 30 from 30 against that Brisbane team who I've said from the start of the year will play in the grand final. Is an incredible effort there. It's only her second game back as well. So moving on from that to this week, as you said, it doesn't get any easier. Undefeated Roosters there on Saturday. Get there early to watch this game. It's a much better time to watch it, obviously, than sticking around after. We had to do the other Sunday in the pouring rain. So get there early if you're going to the game. Watch it. A few changes to the team there. We're going to run through it because Mia Middleton does return to the centres and Fleur to 5'8". And the change on the bench shows Riverly drops out. Jess McWilliams in. So, look, injuries are hitting the girls. It's going to be a tough ask. There's $7 this week against the Roosters, but funny things have happened in footy. I guess if they lose this game, it pretty much is season over, you would think. Thoughts on the game on Saturday, Troy?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, it's going to be tough. Undefeated Roosters, favourites for the comp. But as you said, stranger things have happened, and you never know. Back at home in front of the fans, and hopefully the fans get there nice and early and watch this game because, as you said, it's a good time before the NRL game. And they deserve the support if they want to get double headers at games, then turn up and watch them. So, yeah, it'll be tough. They'll obviously have to watch the edges with Isabel Kelly out there and Jess Surgis as well, but also Olivia Koenig as well, up the middle as well.
Oh, right. It's probably not season over if they lose that game because it obviously is the top 6 this year and they're sitting equal 6 as the...
Yeah, it's a crucial game, but they won't be gone.
if they get a hiding, it's very crucial because they'll for and against will drop massively. The Warriors are just above them on the same points. The Warriors play Cronulla, who are in 5th this week. So Cronulla can get the job done against the Warriors team, who showed an almighty effort last week. But then obviously there's, 2 more rounds after that where they play the Gold Coast, who are sitting just below them in 9th. And then they play the Tigers, who are sitting 11th. So the last 2 games are actually very winnable games. So interesting how it does play out. Anyway, like I said, obviously didn't catch a lot of it, so I can't really comment too much of it. Caught up on the highlights as well, but obviously wasn't a lot of highlights for us in that game. And we obviously do that review as well with Nick, who watches every game, every single NRLW game. She puts her video up, so check that out. Loves it. She's passionate about it. So let's get back to some of the news from this week. I think we've got Longy for about 5 more minutes as well, Longy. Bit of news this week. Obviously, this broke for a while, but broke the other week as well. I think it was on Thursday that Sean Lane has officially announced his retirement, moving into a role with the club as well. No real surprise there. I think everyone kind of expected this, but I'm not going to focus on, I guess, his retirement and stuff. I'm going to focus on a Sean Lane memory. I'm throwing everyone on the bus here, but I guess if you can give us one great Sean Lane memory, I know everyone's going to say his 2022 season, but I can't go past that miracle pass to Mike Acevo in the 2022 prelim. Just played for something, and I think it caught everyone by surprise. I know it caught us by surprise in the grandstand because Hayden fainted. But give us, Terry, I'll go to you first. Give us your best Sean Lane memory.
Look, I think it was 2022 at Penrith Stadium where he scored that try against Penrith. Just made that break, and I think he scored the try.
That was Ryan Madison.
No. I didn't Laney score a try against Penrith at Penrith?
I know Ryan Madison scored the winner.
Yeah, I know that, but I think that if I'm right, it might have been 23 in a white jersey.
Yeah, that was 23.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he scored against Penrith.
Yeah, nothing.
But it was a great break, and he was just open space and went over.
Pretty sure it was off a DJ and RC pass. We went out there and beat Penrith in 23. Yeah. Yep. You got a memory, Jason?
Yeah, I was thinking about. I think when he scored that try against the Broncos in that 58-0 smashing in the first final, and he sort of had that hair still with the long weird hair, and he just fell over the line with about 3 guys on him, and he just thought, oh, this guy's going to be a gun, and he ended up having 3 good seasons with us, but. Yeah, that memory where you had a few guys on him and just fell over, and just his height and his strength just got him over. Oh, that was a good try, and that's what I remember.
Yep, Longy, what do you got for us? You got a stat on his career randomly? This somehow got in the back of your head?
It's semi-fantasy related. So in the 2022 season, I took Dylan Brown and Sean Lane in my mates group draft. And a bunch of them aren't Parra fans, so they got to endure me shouting "Lane Train" at them every time he'd throw an offload, make a line break, score a try. And that year, Dylan Brown and Sean Lane did it a bunch. So, all aboard the Lane train, boys.
I think you're right. The 2023 season where Dylan obviously was suspended for what he did. And then obviously Sean Lane as well had all those injuries in 23 as well. I think that was our downfall in 23. But they had such a good combination in 2022. They worked off each other so well. They didn't know how to play with anyone else. Like, obviously, we lost Papali'i at the end of 2022 as well. But, to turn around and, put one finger on it, it was missing those two both together. And Sean Lane never got back to the player he was after those injuries. He had a fucking terrible year in 23 with injuries. A terrible year. And then, of course, we rushed him back in that last game to score that try that Troy was talking about when never know why he was playing after all the injuries he had. Jason? I've gone to you. Jack?
Yep.
It moved.
I'm going to go 2022. We versed Manly at Brookie on a wet, I don't know if it was wet, but it was Friday night. We were down, and then first one, we hit the lane short, went out to Dylan Brown, who ran and scored. Next set, went straight back up again, short ball to Lane, miracle for the Gutho, who buried Garrick and scored. We ended up winning that game 36-22, I believe. And I was peak Brown Lane combo. It was just beautiful to watch.
You had to make it about Brown, didn't you? Anyway, Hayden, can I have one?
Of course, man.
I've got a bit of an interesting one because I remember last year, in that unfortunate game at Darwin when we lost to the Dolphins. I remember telling everyone at the Leagues Club to put some money on Sean Lane at $20 for first try scorer, and I think it was
you didn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you, mate, because you're not my friend. No, I'm joking.
No.
I am your friend. No, but I remember there was a couple of people at the Leagues Club. We were all talking about who we thought for first try scorer, and I was confident on Sean Lane. I went on YouTube, publicly said it, back him. He's going to Darwin. I thought it'll be the last year that we go to Darwin at the time, and paying $20, nice little 200 for me. Bloke next to me, $100. So yeah, Sean Lane, beers all around for a tough night.
And congrats, obviously, to the 5 viewers that watched that video on YouTube that got on that as well. So congrats to them. Moving on, obviously, like I said, we do wish Sean Lane all the best. Obviously, he's not going anywhere, sticking around the club. He's going to be doing some great work around there, helping out for sure. We'll say bye to Longy. Bye, Longy. It's been great having you. Love you long time.
Yeah, let's avoid the spoon.
Yeah, no, we're not getting the spoon. Don't worry about that. I'm going to just give us a sec, guys. I've got to change this formation. And by formation, I'm talking about there we go. Is that good? No, there's still a gap. How's there still a gap? Oh, no. Wait, we can make this work, guys. Everyone calm down. Right, we're working on
I'll
that.
just say to Hayden.
Had a meltdown when Longy leaves.
Yeah, I'll just say to Hayden, I might have to go back through the videos and just see if you did predict that on Talking Parra as your first try scorer, Sean Lane, in 2022.
Yeah, 2024. Sorry, 2024.
Oh, you're changing it now.
No, it was the game against the Dolphins. The Dolphins weren't around in 2022.
Hayden, be nice. Troy's old. His memory's fading.
Yeah, I think the dementia's getting to Grandad, so I might have to send.
Hey.
To remind him.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to be here all night. So, just want to chat out before we obviously get to this week's games as well. Just right as long as he's making his New South Wales Cup debut this week off the bench. Josiah's moved into the second row starting as well after debuting 2 weeks ago. So that's 2 SG ball players with bright young futures, both playing New South Wales Cup. The boys are off to Auckland this week, which is fucking terrible scheduling by the NRL and New South Wales Rugby League. So our New South Wales Cup team goes to Auckland this week. No, Helen, we will not be watching. I'll be watching on TV though. So New South Wales Cup team goes there, and then the week after, our NRL team goes there. That's a fucking nightmare. That's a scheduling nightmare massively for that to happen. Troy, I'm going to bin you in a second. It's just because obviously all how it works out is you can't take your whole squad across for New South Wales Cup because what happens if someone gets injured and needs to play first grade? So, you've got to obviously keep your 19 players around 24 hours before. It's a massive nightmare. Anyway, moving on from that, I don't think there's much other news that's kind of happened this week. So I want to obviously shout out to Beck's Cakes as well up here in Maitland. So if anyone's ever looking for a Parramatta cake, did an awesome job for the young fella's cake on the weekend. It's going absolutely nuts on the page, but he loved it. It fucking tasted good too, eh?
What was on the inside?
There was cake, Troy.
Yeah, chocolate, vanilla, what?
It was a chocolate mud with caramel swirls is what it was. So there's still some in the fridge.
And then lost me.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't like caramel swirls. So I knew that you wouldn't be a caramel swirl man. But just a shout out to her as well. All right, let's get on to this week's game and the team list. Well, there's not really many changes besides one forced one. At the moment, our back line is Isaiah Iongi, Zach Lomax, and Josh Adokar currently on the wings. Will Penasini and Dylan Brown in the centres. Joash Papley at 5'8", Mitchell Moses at halfback, Jermaine Hopgood and Junior Paula in the front row, Riley Smith at hooker. Kelmer moves into the front row, avoiding suspension for something that never should have been placed on report for what was a complete accident where a bloke threw himself forward. At least it didn't end as bad as the last time someone threw himself into a tackle like that. And Jack Williams in the other second row. Dylan Walker goes back to the starting team at the moment at lock, with Talon De Silva, Charlie Geimer, Matt Dury, and Jordan Semrani currently in the second row. Hawkins is 18, Hayes Dunster 19, Dan Kerr 20, Tony Mattelli 21, and Joey Lussick 22. Some interesting stuff going on there. Like I said, obviously they need to cut that squad down pretty quickly because some of those people are going to have to go across to Auckland for New South Wales Cup. Your thoughts on the team, Jason?
Yeah, look, besides obviously Moretti having that issue, it would have been good for him to, because he has been playing very well. But besides that, look, we just have to put our best foot forward, learn from last week, and hopefully the team just lifts a bit more. The Roosters are in form, so hopefully this team can put it together and get a win. I mean, this team, and barring maybe a few little changes here or there, there's a couple of different players, but we beat Brisbane. We only got shy of Melbourne by 6 points. So there's a team there that can stick it to the top teams. We just need to put it together.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot to mention this, of course, as well. It is kids on the field. And by kids on the field, we mean adults on the field. And by adults on the field, I mean Andrew Backhouse. Don't be a fucking bitch. He's already told me last Saturday he doesn't want to do it. He's scared. It was one of our most watched videos last year where I folded Andrew. Now, obviously, I had a dodgy hip. I couldn't lift him. I couldn't really go into the tackle. I'm good this year. I'm coming off a season where I've made way too many tackles, actually, than I would have liked to. And I'm ready to go, Andrew. So you better run that ball at me when we get on the field on Saturday. If not, I'm going to have to target someone like Troy or Hayden. I've already targeted Hayden this year, actually. Hayden, you're safe, mate. Don't worry. You can come stand next to me, all right? You'll be fine. Maybe Jason, I don't know. We'll work out something. So,
Who wants to run at me?
Who wants to run at me? Who wants to fucking run at me? Seriously. No, Cody plays footy. Cody, don't run at me.
I'm too old.
You actually look like you know how to run. So, back to the game. Your thoughts on the team, Jack? Dylan Brown keeps his spot in the centre. Is an interesting one. Your thoughts?
Well, look, it's either him or Hayes. I wouldn't be surprised if Hayes comes in late. I don't know what Riles is doing with that. Little bit concerned about how skinny our bench seems to be. And Roosters are quite a powerful.
That's not that comment.
Roosters have a pretty strong pack. They like to go forward. After 20 minutes, I'm a bit concerned about that. It'd be nice if we can get Walker back on the bench. But considering what we've got, I'm content.
Yep. Josh. If you guys don't know, me and Josh are friends before I say this comment. Josh, I will put you in a wheelchair if you run at me. All right? Simply. All right? Do not do it. Your thoughts on the team, Hayden?
Yeah, look, I thought the stats for Dylan Brown were pretty good last week. However, I would have had him out of the side and I would have given Dick Penasini or even Hayes Dunster a go on that left edge. So, look, Riles is sticking solid with his choices from last week, albeit Moretti. And, yeah, I like what I saw from Dylan Walker off the bench. So, it'd be interesting to see him back in the starting side if he's as good as he was last week.
You're saying you're up for a bit of DNP this Saturday night?
Richard Penasini.
No, Will Penasini and Richard Penasini, double penetration. Anyway, your thoughts on the team, Troy?
Oh, yeah, look, I think consistency is the key, isn't it? I mean, even though it's this late in the season, people say, let's try young players. It's only 3 games to go. People talk about Dylan Brown. Why should he be in the side? Well, look, it's the second last home game of the season. Gives a chance for the fans to say goodbye to him. But, yeah, consistency in a side is always good.
Yeah, I get it, but I can't see why we're not giving someone who's off contract a chance to prove himself or a young player a chance to prove himself. Like, I don't think Dylan Brown set the world on fire in the centres at all. Defensively, he was solid, but he got exposed a couple of times this week. Attackingly, he fucking sucked. I'm sorry, Jack, but he sucked in the centres. He does not know how to receive the ball to the line. He's used to getting the ball out the back in a block play or used to having time on the ball. He shit the bed, absolutely shit the bed when he got the ball with, 30 seconds to go on a front line. All he had to do was catch it and he probably could have gone through if he hit it at a hard line. He's not a centre. He's a centre because I guess we don't want to play him in 5'8", but we've got to give someone else a go. It's starting to get concerning, and I'm guarantee this much. Dylan Brown will be playing in the centres this week again. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's get to our bowl. Yeah. Jack's just happy because he's only got 2 more games of Dylan being there and he gets to watch him again.
I'm just enjoying it. All the fans who are hating, go away. Let me live my life. Grow up.
But I mean, do we want to see it like what happened to Tim Manor and Fui Moi Moi as well, like a long-standing player?
They retired. Like Dylan Brown they were forced. No, it's fucking completely different, Troy. They were forced out. Fui and Tim Manor intended to play on and were forced out by the coach. Okay, Dylan Brown has taken a $1.5 million, $15 million, whatever it is, contract up the road to a team that's fans are going to turn on him quicker than we have after he signed. All right, so it's completely different. He doesn't deserve a send off. He doesn't deserve a farewell. He's not leaving to go overseas. He's leaving for another club. He didn't want to be here, so he's leaving for another club. He does not deserve a send-off. The only send-off he deserves is a second send-off we give him when he returns next year, because I can guarantee he's going to get his ass booed. Congratulations, Dylan. I like Dylan Brown as a person. I get why he took the deal, but all this, we've got to show him respect. What respect has he shown us? Like, we lost 2 young up-and-coming players. We lost Blaze Talangi. We lost Ethan Sanders because Dylan was signed a 10-year or 8-year deal, whatever it was, and was going to stick around at this club. Then he made the choice that money was more important for his future. And I get it. We all would have taken that money. But he's completely fucked us. Like, everyone's sitting here bagging out Joash. G'day, Andy. Everyone's sitting here bagging out Joash, right? But Joash probably never would have got a crack if Blaze was there. If Dylan was gone, right, Blaze would have been steps training. Look, we probably wouldn't have got on. Things would have been completely different. But in my opinion, it's a fucking selfish move. It's a completely selfish move what he's done. So, no, he doesn't deserve fucking shit.
Okay.
He deserves shit, and that's the shit we give him when he returns. And I've been holding off saying that all year because I've always liked Dylan. He's always been a great fan. But you know what? It needs to be said because it's just gone on far enough. Like, I don't want to see someone, a young player who cares about the club or someone who's, deserves another opportunity, not get that opportunity to be forced out the door to have a chance to prove himself because of someone who clearly doesn't want to be here. There we go. Thank you. I've been holding that in for 10 weeks. And Troy, you got it out of me. You always get the best shit out of me, Troy. Let's get
You're
on
welcome.
to this week's charity multi. And Jason has put the multi on. Not much of a punter, clearly. And this is what he's gone with. Jason, talk us through this one. Any thought to it or just whacked it together? Because you come up with it pretty quick.
Yeah, just as Troy noticed, my brain works very quickly.
He reads books, people.
Yes, I read books. Look, whenever I do a multi, I always do a score margin and just pick the most likely to score. I mean, yeah.
So what are you
He's
going
like, how hard could it be?
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right. Yeah, I love it. So let's hope this one gets up. We'll put us massively in the positive because we definitely need that. Let's get on to our bold predictions now. Then we'll draw that competition winner. Everyone's getting a g'day from Andy. Andy, you're too late, mate. We spoke about
G'day, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
We spoke
G'day,
about
Andy.
bringing you earlier. He doesn't like you, Jack. He's never met you.
No one does, apparently.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I like you, Jack.
I usually like you, all right, Jack. I usually like you. But I'm off you this week, okay? Our
That's
bold
okay,
prediction.
mate. You'll come around. They always do.
Yeah. When I've got you holding you in my hands in that last game of the year, I won't be able to resist you, Jack. I'll be back and being a fan of you. Bold predictions this week. I'm going to go last because I'm feeling a bit negative at the moment. Jason, let's go first. Your score, first try, and bold prediction.
Yeah, look, just check the weather. Might be raining. And just like last time, it was pretty shit in the rain. So I'm going to say Parramatta 16, Roosters 10. All right, we're going to reverse that score from the Storm. It's going to be a close one. My first try scorer is going to be Josh Adokar because surely he scores this week. And my bold prediction is going to be that Zach Lomax finally catches one in the air and over somebody else and dives over and scores. Finally, a proper Momax of actually in the air. The one against the Broncos was the break catch, which was a lot easier.
Do you want to give us another bold prediction just in case?
No.
You sure? You sure don't want to change your bold prediction?
No, he's finally gonna catch one. And that's bold.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, that's one that isn't getting up. All right, Jack, what do you got?
I'm going to go. It's very similar to the Parramatta Broncos game. So actually, the same score. I think the same score. 22-20. First try scorer for that game was Sean Russell. So we're going to keep that left center and go Dylan Brown. I'm going to really jump on that one this week. And then bold prediction. The game's going to end with a Roosters no try in the last 30 seconds, and we're going to win that way again. Make it 3 wins in a row the same way.
Yeah, lovely. Troy?
Parramatta to win 24-10. First try scorer will be, I'm going to go back to Will Penasini. He'll get the first try. And a bold prediction. Is it bold to say that Parramatta will be winning at halftime and full time?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Done.
Hayden?
I don't think we're going to win. So kick me
I'm
off
with
if
you.
you want.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you this week.
Yeah, I
my
think
two
our attack
favourite
last
Parramatta
week was
haters.
I think our attack last week was dreadful. I'd like to see another win this season, but I'm in doubt. And the weather's not meant to be great either. The Roosters have a lot more to play for. I've got the Roosters 30-12.
You've been on camera for ages, by the way, Jez. You just realised he's on the screen. Yep,
Good heads up.
continue.
I was
First
head
try
down writing and everything. Good entertainment.
First try
Sorry, Hayden.
scorer for
What's your score?
Jason's 30-12 Roosters.
Thank you.
Jason's multi will start to get up, but then obviously won't get up because it's Roosters 13 plus. But James Tedesco will be the first try scorer. In my bold prediction, I'm going to go fucking bold here. In a loss, Dylan Walker scores a double.
Yep. Okay. All right. I am going to go. Sorry, guys. Roosters 32-24. I think we'll be in this, but I think the Roosters just come away with it at the end. I think we're going to show a lot more fight and play a lot better footy, but they're going to be hungry. They need to win. The Roosters playing some fucking good footy. Let's not forget they knocked off the Bulldogs last week, and the week before obviously destroyed the Dolphins. My first try scorer. I reckon we'll score the first try. I'm going to go Jack Williams. I think we're going to actually give him a ball closer to the line and not try and make him run 70 like we do. We're actually going to use his whole running ability closer to the line. And my bold prediction is for one of Parramatta's, I'm not going to say back five because the fullback will play, but either winger or centre will be a late out this week.
Feels like it's cheating.
Jez, what are you doing?
What was that phone going off before?
Waiting for the late Goss to come through the group chat. That's what I'll be doing. Right. You know it. Buggy is all. I'm going to go a Parramatta win.
Oh,
I forgot what Parramatta
Because my team
positivity looked like.
sucks and I need some sort of joy in my life. Not that my family or wife bring me a lot of joy, but my footy team certainly does not.
Saying not that, or they do. They do.
No,
Sorry.
they do.
Okay,
I turned off after 15 minutes. It was ridiculous. Para, I'm gonna go big here. I'm gonna go 26-5 because it's gonna go into my bold prediction. It's gonna go into my bold prediction. All right. First try scorer. I'm also gonna go Teddy for the Roosters. But they're not going to convert. However, they're going to be up 4-0 for the whole first half. They're going to slot a field goal right at the end of the first half and then score no more points.
Yeah.
Hey, Jez.
No more
as
points.
long as you're happy to write it down.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Jason, Jez, you got to write all this down, mate.
Yeah, well, I have to. So 26-5. They're going to go with a first half field goal and it's going to kick them in the ass. It's going to be great. That's bold.
Cool. FYI, guys, I have no inside goss. I've just got this funny feeling that Josh Adokar will miss a game in the next 2 weeks. It makes sense to make it this week, send him to New Zealand because he's obviously a very loved player and I guess what happened in the off-season. But I've got a funny feeling the club is going to try and market Josh Adokar's last game, 200th game, as like a big draw crowd to try and get fans there to that last game. That's my feeling. So I think he'll miss this week. Play against the Warriors. I think we can beat the Warriors and they'll try and market that. That's my theory going into that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. We'll get to obviously draw this thing. We'll go to some questions, but I want to touch on this one first. For Moses, a late withdrawal, side out training. Jane Hawkins not named in Cup. There is some rumours floating around about a Mitchell Moses potential injury. What I do know is that the club has been handling Moses. Yeah, hey, this is fucking almost choked on nothing. What I do know is the club's been managing Mitchell's foot and Mitchell's calf very well all year. It's the same as Zach Lomax. They've been handling Zach Lomax quite well, managing his load as well. So it's probably just a precaution that he sat out today. We'll see what comes in the next couple of days. Yes, Hawkins wasn't named in New South Wales Cup. As I touched on earlier, the New South Wales Cup halves have been doing quite a good job at the moment, and they do have to travel across to New Zealand. So either way, you'd keep Hawkins around. Hawkins will be either at 18th or 19th man this week. There's no chance he travels away with that, even if Mitchell Moses is fine. So I just want to touch on that one first of all. Let's draw the winner of this $50 voucher. 17 people entered. Hang on, let me check that this week. 17 until you start other ones, Jez. No, you start other ones. So there's
some
one
questions in there too.
There's 2. So 15. 15. Let's get it up. Just getting it up now. Oh, they've changed that color scheme. I thought it didn't say it. All right, number 2. And number 2 is Steve. It is. Wait. We've got to wait for the right time so I can get a calculated time. Steve Catchy, you have 30 seconds. Corchi, Catchy, whatever. You have 30 seconds from now. Actually, here's Troy Warner. Here's Troy Warner singing Flame Trees.
Oh, the flame trees will blind the wheel.
15 seconds.
He's here.
He's here.
Hey!
Bang.
Can't wait to catch up with you, Steve. Message the page. We'll get that voucher to you on Saturday sometime. So message the page. We'll make that happen. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for fucking ending that song, Steve. It was going to be bad.
I've been practicing.
Doesn't fucking show. Let's get to some other questions. Jez has started some. Get your questions in if you have any questions, and we'll try and answer some of them. Oh, God, that's a hard question. What's the 2026 looking, you reckon? What's 2026 looking, you reckon, lads? Well, it's a year. And there'll be January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. There's a Soccer World Cup in June next year.
We'll be 35.
We'll be turning 35, so I'll be eligible for any over 35 sport, including soccer and
Nice.
And
Jeez,
the Knights will
harsh, Adam.
and the Knights will fucking suck in 2026, and they'll probably get back-to-back spoons. Cool. What are we doing next year? Oh, fuck, why don't I answer this? Why'd you star this, Jez? Did you want to piss me off again? What are we doing for a 6 next year? What's wrong with Sen? He's probably off to the Knights. Well, you just answered your own question, Michael. You just said, what's wrong with Sen? Well, he's fucking off to the Knights. That's what's wrong with him. Like, he's made that choice. So.
That's why Jez started, because it had Knights in it.
Jez, would you like to answer that question? What's wrong with Sandor Smith?
I don't know who he is. I have to look him up. And I'll let you
Never
know
met
when I
him.
do.
Never met him.
He played that one game that one time that was good and then got dropped. So Knights are after him.
Yeah. It's just like Jack Cocker. Wow, Jack Cocker played that good grand final for Penrith, and the Knights are after him. Let's bring him back. We pissed him off. We told him he wasn't good enough. Let's bring him back. Anyone else got any other questions? How do I enter Adam? And guys, you got to share, Andy. You got to be here early, mate. You got to share. Do you think we still have a genuine chance at Tino next year, and how much do you think we would be willing to put for him? Troy, how much would you play for Tino Folomasalo?
Malawi.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, that bloke
that
too,
one
Jack.
hurt.
Oh, look, he's probably market price $1 million plus, so that's what you'd have to pay for him.
Well, yeah. I reckon that the Bears are going to offer him $1.5 million a season, Troy. Good to see you've been watching the news. So, yes. What else have we got? Andrew Backhouse talking shit. How unusual. Andrew, I'm serious. You can't tell me. I'm actually pretty fucking angry at the moment. I've had a bit of a fucking shit of a week at the moment. So I'm probably actually going to take out my anger on you on the weekend. So I wouldn't get too fucking lippy. Get your cameras around, guys. Get ready. Andrew, tell me where you want to do it, and I'm going to fucking fold you. I'm going to fold you like a fucking deck chair. All right. Who else we got? Any other questions jumping out to anyone? Guys, Araz Nanva is killing the cup. Left center has size, speed, and mungle. He's a gun. Let's give him a go. Is he signed up for the future? I can't tell you. I think he's just on a New South Wales Cup contract, which obviously means they could play him if they needed to this year. I did get a message off the guy earlier saying either him or Richard should be debuting instead of Dylan Brown, but we can't talk bad about Dylan Brown anymore. I've already fucking given it to him and I've upset Jack, and he mightn't come to my next birthday party now. But
I'm holding back tears right now.
He'll come back for cake.
One of the good promising centers we've had coming through. Let's work down.
I like this one.
Any clues for the next big guest? Well, I haven't really got one. Well, I do have one lined up, but we're not going to do it at the moment. No, the next big guest, we're looking to do some stuff in the off season. We've got some ex-players lined up and stuff, and we're still trying to work through some stuff for next year. The next big guest will probably be our last podcast of the year, which will now be on Monday, the 8th of September. We've got to do a Monday night, guys. I'm just telling you now. Can't do a Tuesday night because the Ken Thornett medal's on. So Monday, the 8th of September, will be our last podcast of the year. It'll be a very special episode. What we do in that last episode, and we did this last year with 2,900 followers. We post the link to join in the comments. So anyone can join. We're going to have a special screen set up. So we'll be all like little, like that. And we'll have someone big here. So Jez will be joined in as well. And you'll get to come in and you'll get to have your say on the season. Now, how it usually works is if you're fucking good and we like you, we keep you and we boot someone else. So pretty sure Hayden got booted last year. Jake got booted.
Got booted by Mr. Mullet, who he tried to take his anger out on me by beating me on Rugby League 26, and I beat him. So sucked in, brother.
Good to see you good at some form. Good to see you good at some form of rugby league, Hayden. And Chris Hemsworth, mate, you've shared it way too late.
That was a good one.
The actor.
Yeah. Right.
Are we starting at like 7 o'clock that night? Because that was a long show, I think, last time.
No, we're gonna go early. We'll go early. We'll go like 7:30 starting a Monday night, and we'll just fucking go all night. God knows what could happen. They could take us anywhere. All I will say is bring your fucking earmuffs, guys, because it can get very, very, very loud. Why were you kicked off Facebook? No one. I don't know who you are, Ben. But
we just don't like making inappropriate comments.
I don't know. Was that D's nuts? Were you D's nuts?
Yeah, right.
If you were D's nuts, you were fucked. So that's probably why. I think he's answered your own question as well.
Yeah, I had one. Yeah.
If Joe Ash is just a placeholder, how are we planning to make transition to Lorenzo Talatino at 6? Also, now Lorenzo doesn't. Joe Ash was only signed to the end of 2027 season. It was a pretty smart contract by the club, same as the Riley Smith contract, signed to the end of 2027 because of Lorenzo Talatina and, of course, Lachlan Kanakis coming through as well out of that SG ball team. There's 3 of those SG ball players in New South Wales Cup this weekend. So I think naturally it happens. Every step he's taken, Lorenzo is absolutely killed. It's up to Joe Ash and him to obviously fight it out. There's no guarantees in rugby league, and it's a great thing to have. As much as I love Joe Ash, as much as I want to see him at 5'8" for Parramatta Eels, if Lorenzo's knocking on the door and Joe Ash is struggling next year, Lorenzo will get a crack. And it might happen earlier. Lorenzo could out-train him. You could outplay him in trials. Mate, Lorenzo could get a crack by the end of the year. You don't know what could happen. Like, we've got a rookie coach who's proven that he's not afraid to make the hard calls. If he has to make those hard calls, he probably will, and that could be one of them. And I guess there's no real risk when you're sitting 15th. So, any other questions you want? Parra podcast booted me. Oh, you mean Troy's podcast? What, did you boot this poor guy?
No, I don't think so.
What's your Facebook name? Ben Overbitch. What's your Facebook name? We'll try and work it out. Because if you're Peter, there's a reason you blocked, you fuckhead. So if you're not Peter, it's all right.
I love Family Guy.
Why can't you interview current players, Odd? Well, interesting question you ask, but we can't pay him enough. We haven't got the budget to pay him enough, like some of the big podcasts. But yeah, look, it's something we're hopeful to work on. So, a spoon bowl versus Newcastle Jazz. Your thoughts on if it's a spoon bowl?
No, I don't think we'll be playing Parramatta, unfortunately. As much as I really wanted it to be, to make the banter a bit more fun, it won't be Parra. It'll be us.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much it. It's time to get out of here. Yeah, it's been a fucking interesting show, eh? It's been a really interesting show. All right, bye, guys. Good night. See you next Tuesday.
Go, Parra.